Hello everyone, this is Today in History. Today is February the 2nd, the 33rd day of 2024. There are 333 days left in the year. Today is also Groundhog Day. On this day in 1653, New Amsterdam, now known as New York City, was incorporated as a city. On this day in 1848, the United States and Mexico signed the Treaty of Guadalupe, Hidalgo. On this day in 1876, the National League, the oldest existing major league professional baseball organization in the United States, began playing as the National League of Professional Baseball Clubs. On this day in 1887, Groundhog Day, featuring a rodent meteorologist, is celebrated for the first time at Gobbler's Knob in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. According to tradition, if a groundhog comes out of its hole on this day and sees its shadow, it gets scared and runs back into its burrow. Predicting 6 more weeks of winter weather, no shadow means an early spring. On this day in 1897, black inventor and businessman Alfred Cralle patents the first ice cream scoop. His popular creation is part of a surge in patents by black inventors after the end of the Civil War. On this day in 1905, American writer Ayn Rand, whose commercially successful novels promoting individualism and laissez-faire capitalism became influential among conservatives and libertarians, was born in St. Petersburg. On this day in 1912, Frederick Rodman Law performed what was considered the first motion picture stunt, parachuting from the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor. On this day in 1927, American jazz saxophonist Stan Getz was born in Philadelphia. On this day in 1943, the Battle of Stalingrad in World War II ended with the surrender of German troops to the Soviets. On this day in 1971, Idi Amin declared himself president of Uganda and for the next 8 years headed a regime that was noted for its brutality. On this day in 1979, Sid Vicious of the Sex Pistols, early proponents of British punk rock, died of a drug overdose in New York City. On this day in 1980, the FBI's undercover criminal investigation known as Abscam was revealed to the public. It resulted in the convictions of various elected officials on an assortment of bribery and corruption charges. They need to bring Abscam back. On this day in 1990, South African F.W. de Klerk lifted the 30-year ban on the African National Congress, resulting in the release from prison of Nelson Mandela and marking the beginning of the end of apartheid and the beginning of the Mandela effect. That's right, folks, this is where the Mandela effect came from. Some people remember Nelson Mandela dying in prison, and then all of a sudden he's released from prison. This is the beginning of what is now known as the Mandela effect. Nelson Mandela, who was released from prison after dying in prison, some people recall. On this day in 2014, American actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, who fully inhibited the characters he played and was renowned for his scene-stealing work in supporting roles, died of a heroin overdose in New York City. All right, everybody, that's it for today. Today is February the 2nd, the 33rd day of 2024. There are 333 days left in the year. Happy Groundhog Day.